All right. Cheon Kim, disturbing view on Filial the Piety. Cheon Kim, disturbing view on the Filial Piety.
Disturbing view. Filial Piety.
Timer, can I start? Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay, let's try this quiz for starters. Can you guess when I first wanted to be filial to my parents? I mean, when I first wanted to be filial means when I first wanted to be a good daughter by doing something extra special to my parents. Here's some multiple choice. When I graduated my school, when I first got my paycheck, when I got married. Your guess is?
C.
C. Right. I knew you always make a right guess. Wow. So when I got married, I tried hard to please my parents-in-law and follow their standards. But, well, what I was uncomfortable was I felt sorry for my parents because I had never done many things for my parents as I had done for my parents-in-law. As a matter of fact, it was after I got married that I became aware of how to act properly to parents. Well, today I'd like to talk about filial piety and why it is disturbing and how I want to redefine the word. Next. So filial piety is a word word on Confucianism, as you know, meaning the important virtue and primary duty on respect, obedience, and care for one's parents and elderly family members. Putting in more simple words, it is hyu or hyudu. The original idea of filial piety is created when China went through the warring state of period, which is what is it? I forgot. Very confusing period. They believe home is the basic unit of the society, and they wanted the king and the teachers are equally treated as one's parents, and people to be loyal to the nation. But I think it should be evolved to fit into modern standards. So, well, I'd like to change a bit. Firstly, let's begin with the duty of respect. I'd like to change this like this. Duty of respect. Well, I'd like to change it. Showing respect for others is not a duty. It should be a common sense. And you also should be respected. We should respect others no matter how old they are, no matter what gender they are, no matter what social economical background they have. In my case, what made me really miserable was the relationship between my mother-in-law and me turned into kind of cup and ul. There was kind of family hierarchy, and immunity comes to the very bottom. Besides, I don't understand what age got to do with respect. And secondly, regarding the duty of obedience, I think this is the most dangerous idea and has to be removed out of the concept of filial piety. I think we should be aware of the important fact that filial piety is always employed for political purposes to boost patriotism. One of the most frequently heard slogan is was 충도, which is the combination of filial piety and patriotism. Just as the way we obey our parents, we are also demanded to obey the ruling power and the higher authorities. Some of the abusing, well, there are some people abusing this idea, right? So, in short, it all goes against democracy and human rights. So, once again, I'd like to emphasize nobody should be forced or required to be obedient. There should be only negotiation or conversation, even between parents and their children. And lastly, regarding the duty of care, it is absolutely the biggest concern to everybody. I totally agree that we should take care of our parents as they grow old and sick. At this point, however, I'd like you to think about whether it should be your personal issue. Think about the growing number of people living independently from their children. Think about the burden and pressure if you're the only child. What if you're born in a dirt spoon family? We can't say it's a matter of your family issue. So I'd like to suggest we see this issue as caring for medical minority of the society. Then it'll be important to establish a social safety net, which will save not only the vulnerable families, well, it'll also cover the old generations. So my conclusion is, I'd like to redefine the word filial piety like this. It's an important virtue of showing respect for others and establishing the social securities. But does it sound like filial piety? Well, it doesn't seem like filial piety at all. Well, then, is the virtue, is it a virtue we can practice, or do you think is it just an illusion? Well, instead of such a heavy loaded word, why not just simply love your parents? Just simply love your parents. That is my message today. Thank you.